What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4, Episode 10, also known as the final finale of Season 4 of Power Book 2 Ghost. So if you haven't seen this finale, this final finale, turn this video off and go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. And please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It is an easy and free way to support my channel. I'm not a public speaker, so of course I will tend to fumble my words and say and so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with this show. Of course, I'm going to be looking at my notes over here that I take when I'm watching the show. And yeah, comment below what you would grade this final finale, what you thought of it, all your thoughts and comments. If it's something that you thought I should have talked about that I don't talk about, let me know in the comments, all that stuff. Drop it in the comments. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. For this to be the final finale of Power Book 2 Ghost, I'm going to have to give it a B minus. It didn't give me that climax that I was looking for. It didn't give me that feeling where I feel like everything was wrapped up. If anything, it made me feel like they're not done. So yeah, I would have to give it a B minus. But of course, leave your grades in the comments. Maybe you think it was a higher grade. Maybe you think it was lower. Just leave it in the comments. So this is the last chance. This is Power Book 2 Ghost, the Season 4 final finale. If you haven't seen it, turn this video off. I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Okay, so this episode begins, of course, in last week's episode, we lost Monet Tejada. So the Tejada kids are mourning their mom, basically, as they're getting questioned by the police. Why did they have Nico... Why do they have Detective Nico interviewing them? He talks because you think is anybody that would want her dead because she was a murderous drug dealer and she had that shit coming or something like that. I was just like, why would they have him be the person to be interviewing them? They couldn't find no other detectives, like detectives that didn't have no personal vendetta against the Tejadas. It was just like, come on now, why Nico? But anyway, so of course Kane is pissed. I mean, all of them are pissed. You know, they got to play the the role of we didn't see nothing, don't say nothing, you know, all that. Then we cut away to Tariq, Effie, and Brayden, who still have Carter hostage, and they trying to contemplate on how to handle him. And, you know, Carter still talking shit, threatening to release the video of Tariq and Brayden killing Zion, all that good stuff. Tariq then gets the call from Davis that Monet is dead. And Noma got away, so that's another problem he got to worry about. And Davis is basically telling Tariq, because now Tariq done told Davis that Carter got this video of them killing Zion. So now Davis is like, well, you got to find something on him. You know, quid pro quo type shit. So Tariq gets off that phone call with Davis, and, you know, he tells Effie and Brayden what happened with Monet and Noma getting away. And they're like, now we got to worry about Noma, but for now we need to figure out how we're going to handle Carter. So he's like, I want y'all to go to Carter's house, find something incriminating on him, and also try to delete the video that he has of us killing Zion. Of course, Carter continues to taunt Tariq. You know, he's talking shit. So the Tejada kids, they get home, and, you know, they start playing the blame game. Kane's blaming Diana and Drew for not letting him in on the plan, saying that this is probably them finishing what they started because, you know, at one point Diana and Drew did set up Monet to try to get her killed. So he's saying all of that. And then, you know, Drew's blaming Kane because Monet went in there to save Kane, and had she not did that, she wouldn't have died. Things like that. So Diana's, like, basically trying to get into Drew and Kane, like, y'all need to both understand this is neither one of y'all's fault. This is Noma's fault. We need to hunt that bitch down. We need to kill her. Point blank, period. And, of course, she's saying, you know, Monet wouldn't be wanting us to fight. She would be wanting us to work together. This, that, and the third. And we go back to Carter taunting Tariq. And this is when Carter realizes that Diana's baby was Tariq's baby. And, you know, he's saying shit like it was the baby. It's not saying it in those exact words, but basically saying, like, the baby would be well off. I mean, it's better off being dead type shit. So at Carter's house, Effie finds the video of Tariq and Brayden, but, you know, she can't delete it from her end. She's telling Brayden, you know, I gotta Somebody got to delete it from his work computer at the police station. Braden finds all types of, Carter's wife memorabilia in his room, suggesting that he has an obsession with his deceased wife. And then Effie finds this file of that Carter goes to a lot more than usual of Kamal Tate's death certificate or something involving Kamal Tate's death. And she's like, well, I know it couldn't have been the Russians, even though he's making it seem like it was the Russians, because I was there and Russians got flushed out and they wouldn't be on no revenge type shit, especially against Kamal. So Braden calls Tariq to tell him all of this. This is when Tariq starts to try to get his taunting get back with Carter. He's he's like, your dead wife didn't know everything about you. She didn't know you was a cop killer. And, this starts to get under Carter's skin. And then Tariq brings up Kamal. And Carter's like, that was the Russians. And Tariq was like, oh, just like the Russians were supposed to kill me and Monet. Yeah, right. And so, by Carter's expressions and body language, Tariq basically gets the gist that Carter has something to do or did Kamal himself. So he texts Braden and Effie to come back because he got a plan. So then we get to seeing Chenadu, Noma's brother. She's telling Noma that she doesn't seem to be a suspect for now for what happened at the reception, the wedding reception, but she is wanted for questioning by the police. They talking about leaving the country immediately. Chenadu, keep talking shit to Noma about how poorly she handled the business and how their father would be ashamed or whatever the case may be. They have this little tiff, but not too big of a situation to where they don't have each other's back for now. So next thing you know, Anya, this is when Anya, Anya, she's going off about suddenly being rushed out of the country. And, she's like, she's not leaving until she get truthful answers from Noma. She's like, she knows it's not her father's drug business. She's like, Noma, I know it's your drug business. Just tell me the truth. Why don't you admit it? Noma starts to tell the story of how she became who she is, watching her father and her mother go through what they went through. She promised she wouldn't have that for herself or her child or whatever the case may be. And then Anya ends up mentioning her father, and which leads Noma to say, your father got in my way. Basically letting Anya know that Noma killed her father. So Noma pulls away from Noma. Anya pulls away from Noma, shocked at what she just heard. And she's basically like, it's you that should have died. Like, don't touch me. She tells Noma it's you that should have died. Noma tells Anya to calm down. And she's like, when she gets back, they leaving regardless of whether she like it or not, basically. And in that moment, I thought that Anya was going to leave. I was like, oh, Noma going to get back and Anya going to be gone. So Braden and Effie get back, and Tariq's basically telling them he needs them to watch Carter while he goes to meet with Davis to get crime scene records of the whole Kamal situation. So as Kane is devastatingly sulking in Monet's room, looking through her perfume, earrings, and stuff, Diana comes in there. She tells them, we found Noma. The cousin's ready to ride. Let's go. So the Tejadas and the cousins, which is Lil Durk and this other guy, they rush Noma's place, shoot up all her men. They obviously don't find Noma, so so Kane decides to take Anya to make sure that they can get to Noma. Tariq gets back to where they holding Carter with the ballistics report of Carter's gun, basically proving that Carter killed Kamal. So, of course, Carter's now like, what do you want? What are your terms? And, Tariq's like, the Zion video has to disappear. We walk away from this as if it never happened. We can uncuff you right now. And Carter agrees. So now Noma's spiraling since Anya's been taken. And, Chenadu wants them to leave or at least get Noma to a safer location. Noma not trying to hit none of that shit. She said, she's like, I'm not leaving without my daughter, basically. So we get Dirk's final little cameo of this damn episode. I mean, of this show. He's like, me and the cousins, we ain't trying to catch no cases, no bullets. We about to dip out. It's like, peace out. Y'all little cameo was cute, but peace out. The damn memes that people been putting online talk about something he slid for Monet before he slid for Vaughn is hilarious. But so now the Tejada kids, they contemplating on how they're gonna get Anya talking. Tariq and Braden and Effie show up and they give their condolences, of course. And then Kane tells them that he needs them to get Anya talking. More so Tariq to get Anya talking. Tariq's like, well, I need y'all to do something for me. He tells them about Carter's video. And, Diana's apologizing because she's the one that had him go kill Zion when she was pregnant. So he's like, he's like, Drew, you the closest to Carter. I need you to get into his office, delete the video from his laptop. And, Drew is like, dang. Yeah, Drew's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Without even hesitation. He's like, okay, I'll just do it. So then Tariq goes in the back or wherever they holding Anya. Fake helps her escape. So in the car, Tariq lies and tells. I mean, well, it's not even a lie for real. It's kind of a half truth, whatever. Tariq tells Anya that he works for Noma, and they begin talking about being or not being like their parents. Basically, I don't remember that whole convo. And then Tariq basically tells Anya, like, the best chance you have of staying alive would be for me to take you to your mom. So then Anya's like, well, I have an address you could take me to. So their plan is coming together, of course. So Drew comes to the precinct to talk to Carter. Nico's like, well, I haven't seen Carter since last night. You know anything about that? And Drew's like, nah, I just came to talk to him. So then an agent out of nowhere, she's like, Carter just came in with an evidence room out of nowhere. So Nico, he tells the agent, put Drew in Carter's office while he goes to get Carter. So, of course, as soon as the agent leaves the room from taking Drew in there, Drew starts to do the deletion of Carter's laptop. And in the evidence room, of course, Carter didn't think about the ballistics of it all until Tariq brought it to him. So now he's in there trying to switch the bullets and Kamal Tate's case from his gun or whatever the case may be, trying to do all that. When Nico comes in there, catches him off guard, telling him that Drew's there. So then Carter leaves to go see what Drew wants, and Nico, he's eyeing Kamal Tate's evidence box. So it was like at first we didn't know what that meant, because he just been eyeing Carter suspiciously for the past couple of episodes, and it ain't been leading up to nothing until now. So we see him eyeing Kamal Tate's evidence box. So Drew finishes the deletion like just in time before Carter, because like soon as he sits down, Carter comes walking in. Drew tells Carter he knows about him and Noma trying to set up Monet and Tariq, and they'll be square if he just give him Noma's location so he can go kill her. And Carter's like, well, if you want my loyalty, you would go kill Tariq first. So Tariq drops Anya off at this location where her mother, she said her mother tells her to bring her there if she ever gets separated from her or something like that. So Tariq drops her off at this location. Anya's walking up the steps. Noma comes out to meet her. And as Anya's walking towards Noma, Diana shoots Anya's ass up. And Noma gets the Anya. And Diana's like, now she sees how it feels. And at first, when she first did that, I was like, she didn't kill your baby, dumbass bitch. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh, she's saying she killed her daughter, so now she see how I feel because she killed their mother. I was like, because at first I was like, the detective that killed your baby's dead. But then I had to think about it. I was like, okay, an eye for an eye. So, of course, Noma's people come out. They start shooting. It's a whole shoot-off. Tariq, Diana, Kane, they all get away. And, Noma, she's screaming over Anya's body. She's devastated. Same way the Tejada's felt. So back at the little warehouse or wherever they stashed out at, where they hold up at, Tariq's going off on Diana for killing Anya. Diana basically don't give a fuck. She's like an eye for an eye. Kane's pissed because he's like, that was our only chance to get to get Noma. And Diana's like, no, it's not, because now she gonna want revenge. So she gonna be coming to us. So Drew gets back. He tells them the laptop has been wiped. Kane gets pissed off because they still talking about Carter and nobody's talking about how to get Noma. So he gets mad. He storms off. Effie goes after him, basically urging him not to go after Noma on his own. So Tariq asking Drew, like, what do you think Carter's next move is? Drew then tells Tariq, well, he told me to kill you to prove my loyalty. And Braden's like, well, we can use that to our advantage. So then Tariq asks, first I was wondering, I was like, what does Nico have to do with anything? Because right after that, Tariq's like, oh, Drew, you think you could set up a meeting with me and Nico? And of course, Drew was like, well, Nico don't even trust me like that, so I don't know if that will work, but I'll try. And I was like, what does Nico have to do with? He just said that Carter wants you dead. Said it, and Braden's like, well, we can use that to our advantage. I was like, where did Nico come from? But it all made sense in the end. So Tariq and Braden go after Effie. They like, we're going to need your help. And Effie's like, nah, I'm done with this shit. I'm not doing it. And, you know, Braden's telling her, like, Carter's seeing all of our faces, so it's not, you're not just... And she's like, well, I'll take my chances. So then we cut away to Nico going to Carter, telling him that Drew got a address for Tariq, but Carter got to take Tariq out himself. So this is when everything gets crazy. So Drew brings Carter to fake meet Tariq. Carter immediately feels that it's a setup, pulls his gun on Drew, which brings Braden out with his gun on Carter. And then Tariq comes out with his gun on Carter. Drew takes Carter's gun. And he's like, we got you, bitch, basically. You know, of course, the first thing Carter brings up is the video. And, you know, Drew's like, I deleted that shit myself. It's gone. And Braden's like, nah. This part was so fucked up. So Drew was like, I deleted the video myself. And Braden was like, now you have nothing left to threaten us with. And Detective Carter gonna talk about something. Shut the fuck up before I slap the shit out you. I was like, damn. I was like, why the fuck he say that to Braden? It was just so off the wall for him to say to Braden. Out of all of them was talking shit, but he said something to the white boy. I was just like, that's fucked up. Then this nigga Carter was so cocky in this moment. He was like, shut the fuck up or I slap the shit out you. Then this nigga sparks a jack, and I'm just like, this nigga just cocky as fuck. Like he's untouchable. So then, you know, Carter's like, my whole task force knows I'm here. First of all, who's left on the task force? Because if I'm not mistaken, it was just y'all, you, Nico, Felicia, and Kamal. Kamal's dead. Felicia's dead. It's just you and Nico. Who's the task force now? But he says, you know, my whole task force knows I'm here. I guess he meant just Nico. So Tariq's like, your task force is done. He's like, I'm going to make you an offer. He's like, if you, we'll destroy the evidence of you killing Kamal and you leave us be, but you need to understand that we own you now. So Carter's laughing like he still got the upper hand. He's like, oh, you talking about that bullet evidence? He was like, I already took care of that. So then Braden pulls the bullet out of his pocket. He's talking about, he's like, this bullet? So Carter then looks shook. And they tell Carter to basically pin everything on Nico. They're like, you pin everything on Nico, we'll be square. So Carter's like, if you give me the evidence, I will put the handcuffs on Nico myself. I'll arrest him myself. And in that moment, that's when Carter realizes that Nico gave him the bullet. So then Nico comes out with his gun on Carter. And this is when Carter ass start feeling like fucking, This is when Carter ass start feeling like Denzel Washington from Training Days. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. He was just saying shit. I don't even remember what he was saying. He was just saying a whole bunch of shit. It was hilarious. He was like, you think you can tell? I'm a declarator officer in this city. He was saying a whole bunch of shit. I don't even remember what he was saying. But that whole little scene, it was just giving Denzel Washington from Training Day. That's what I wrote. I was like, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. That shit was funny. So then Nico's like, you betrayed us. We had a code and you broke it. So then Carter's like, he's asked Nico, did you give them the bullet? Basically letting it be known that you betrayed him first because you gave them the bullet before coming to him. It's like a whole betrayal thing going on. So then Nico arrests Carter for the murder of Kamal Tate, takes him away. First, I was like, somebody should go with them because their loyalty might be too strong, and he might let him go or some shit. But of course, we see by the end of the episode, he really did lock that nigga up. So Drew gets home. First of all, why the hell is Tejada's just lamping out in their house? Like Noma don't know where they live at. Do Noma know where they live at? I can't remember. Either way, it's still risky. I didn't like that they was just lamping out in their house. So Drew gets home and he tells Diana and Kane. Tells Diana and Kane that Carter's been arrested. And Kane's like, that's it? Like, you ain't put a bullet in this nigga? And Drew, he's explaining, it's better that he's locked up. Now every case that he done did is going to be up for questioning, including the stuff that he got on us. So they start talking about how to get at Noma again. Kane then mentions how Noma gets a notification every time her jet is being used. And that they can use that to bring Noma to them. They just, he's like, it's only one way in and out of the hangar. We had an upper hand. We might be outnumbered, but we had an upper hand, whatever the case may be. So, of course, Noma gets the notification. She goes to Chinadu about the jet. They trying to take my jet. Chinadu is gathering his men. He's like, we not doing this dumbass shit. He's like, it's obviously a trap. He's like, we're leaving. I'm taking my men with me. Noma's like, I don't give a fuck if it's a trap. And she's like, you're fucking cowards. You're all cowards. So I was wondering what she was going to do in this moment. Bitch turned informant to save her daughter. Oh, no, her daughter already dead. Bitch turned informant to basically save her life, I guess. So the Tejadas, they wait at the hangar, and they reminiscing about Monet and whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, the police arrive. And I saw a theory online. Somebody said maybe that was Mecca's old hangar, and that's why Kane knew the ins and outs, because, at one point Kane was working for Mecca. That's not a bad observation, maybe. But the police arrive, and Kane tells Diana and Drew to surrender. They have this little moment. He's like, I'm proud to be your brother. They have this little moment making it seem like Kane was about to die. So Diana and Drew, they come out with their hands up. They surrender to the police. And they get arrested and taken away. And I was in this moment like, why isn't Noma still looking around? Like, you saw that it was 3 passengers. You knew that there was the 3 of them there. Why would you not expect it? When you only saw Diana and Kane get arrested, why wasn't you still suspicious of where Kane was? She should have been telling the police one more or something. She didn't say nothing. She didn't even look surprised that it was just the 2 of them. So then next thing you know, Kane comes out of nowhere. They have like a full-blown, not even a full-blown conversation, but they exchange some words. And I'm just like, so this nigga got the gun on her and they exchanging words and none of these fucking police see this shit. I just couldn't believe it. It was just unbelievable. So then he shoots Noma, headshot, dead shot. And he starts running away. The police shooting at him. They hit him twice. I feel like for dramatic effect, I feel like he could have got away without getting shot. But then this nigga turns into Harry Houdini and they don't find him. I'm just like, okay, how did he get away? So then we cut away to Davis and his little legal assistant chick, the one that was working for him and then stopped or still did, the one he was smashing. I don't remember, but she worked for him at one point, whatever the case may be. So they there and they representing Diana and Drew. And they trying to get them released. They telling Jenny Sullivan and Blanca that that Noma was the big fish that they wanted, so they should take the win. And Diana and Drew are willing to testify against Noma to get released. So then Jenny, she asks about Tariq St. Patrick, and Davis and his little lawyer chick, they like Tariq had nothing to do with this. And Blanca's like, really? So he just walks? I mean, in this instance, Tariq had nothing to do with it, so y'all really have nothing. So then Davis also mentions, y'all need to drop these trumped up charges against me so I can get my law license back. really Jenny and Blanca have been blackballed, so they just like like he's telling them they just need to take the win. So then Blanca asks about Kane, and Davis is like, we don't represent Kane. We don't know where he is. Y'all don't represent Kane till he come out the woodwork. Then he gonna need representation. Then y'all gonna be representing him. So Kane, he's somewhere laid up, and Effie's there, watching over him. You know, she's like, you can't even show your face in New York no more. Every cop in the city's looking for you. She's asking him, do you have somewhere you can go and lay low? Do you have money? Whatever the case may be. Kane gets kind of agitated, but then apologizes for raising his voice at her. And Effie pulls out a duffel bag of cash, saying that she was saving it for the engineering program in Cali that she was supposed to go to. And of course, Kane's declining the money at first. He's like, I can't take your money. And Effie's like, well, you gonna need something to get away with. She's like, I made it once, I can make it back. So Kane thanks Effie, and he's like, I'm gonna pay you back. And I feel like he wanted to say I love you in this moment, but he's too much of a gangster that he didn't say it, but he kisses her on the forehead. And I've just learned that apparently a kiss on the forehead is more intimate, affectionate, whatever, than a kiss on the lips. So he kisses her on the forehead and he leaves. Then we cut away to Diana, who is telling Drew that she just got word from Kane that he made it out of the city fine. Diana notices Drew packing, and she's like, well, where you going? We need to rebuild the business and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, how the tables have turned. Because remember, Drew wanted all in the business. And Diana ain't want shit to do with the business. But now she cold-hearted. She done lost her baby. She done lost her mom. So we could see that wheel spinning in her mind and her brain. And, Drew's like, I don't want nothing else to do with the business. He's like, right after Monet's funeral, I'm taking that art fellowship in Paris. I'm moving on with my life. He's like, you should do the same. And then we see Diana. She goes to the family dining room table, and we notice how she stands at the head of the table behind Monet's old seat where Monet would usually sit. Basically trying to imply that she's gonna be like the new Monet. And she has these flashbacks of their little family dinners that she used to always fuck up with her bombshells when she used to drop a bomb about some shit. So Tariq, he goes to Tasha. He's like, pack your stuff, Mom. I'm getting you and Yasmin out of Witsec. I'm moving y'all out. He's like, but I'm not gonna be able to come with y'all, and y'all not gonna be staying in New York. I'm not gonna be able to be in the game and protect my family at the same time. He's like, but y'all gonna be good. You won't have to work, and Yasmin gonna go to the best schools, have the best life, whatever the case may be. So I mean, a part of me thought Tariq was gonna die in this ending of this season, but I mean, it makes sense that he's still alive, because that means there's a chance for hope for another season or some type of different spinoff. I don't know what it would be. I feel like they could have gave us another 2 seasons to wrap some more stuff up, but that's why I gave it the grade that I gave it. But I mean, it was okay. It just wasn't great. So Tariq meets with Effie and Brayden, and to discuss next steps. And Effie, he tells Effie, you're gonna continue to work through the Ivies. You're gonna be working through the colleges and whatever the case may be. And he's like, now it's a chain of command. Everything gonna come through me. But I mean, Effie's like, bet. She walks off. Tariq tells Brayden that he gonna run the fight clubs and he need to find a new band to like move they product merch or whatever, since the last band ain't come through no more. I mean, not ain't come through since the last band quit. Light Skin Keisha and them. So Brayden's like, bet. And then Tariq tells Brayden, you gonna work for me now. We can't be partners no more. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see them not being partners no more. I thought it was him and Brayden, Ghost and Tommy vibes. I didn't see that coming, but I understand he probably like, Brayden, you be on that booger sugar, I can't trust you. You do dumb shit when you off that coke. So Brayden's not happy about it. He's like, man, we supposed to be brothers. He ain't happy about it, but he agrees to the terms. So then we get this final scene where Tariq meets with Chenadu to see about him being his new connect. And I thought Chenadu was gone. He told Noma, that shit they be doing in London with their teeth and sucking their teeth. He was like, we out of here. but Chinadu wasn't gone, I guess. So meets with Tariq. Tariq trying to get Chinadu to be his new connect. Tariq, you know, he's talking about how he already got a new damn, what's the word? He already got a new network in place to move the product. And as he's talking, you know, he mentions how he has NYPD in his pocket, and they cut away to Nico sitting at Carter's desk, basically showing that he's the new Carter, new lead detective or whatever, and a big bag of money, obviously from Tariq, basically being in his pocket. He's like, we got the best defense attorney in New York, and they cut away to Davis getting his law license back. And, you know, he's like, once everything is in place, you won't even have to meet with me again. And to be like, and then Chinadu's like a ghost. And I'm like, oh, okay, so they just going to end it like this. So basically, he's ending up like his father. And Tariq's like, yeah, like a ghost. And it goes off like that. I'm just like, okay, that was cute, but it wasn't all that. And, of course, we got to talk about this post-credit scene that they gave us with Tariq getting this phone call. A lot of speculations about who he's getting this phone call from. Me, personally, since this is my review, I'm going to say I think he was getting this phone call from Tommy. Because things he was saying in this phone call was like, haven't heard from you in a minute. I don't know how this timeline is set, but he just seen Diana not too long ago. So, haven't heard from you in a minute. I don't think, because people thinking it's Diana. I don't think it's Diana. And then he says stuff like, we family for life. Does he consider Diana family? I mean, I know they almost had a baby together, but do he really consider Diana family? He's like, family for life. He's like, just give me the details and I'll be there. I think it's Tommy, especially since Tommy's Power is the next to air, I believe. I think Tommy's is about to air because it's his final season. And then we go back to Kanan, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Tariq pop up in Tommy's Power and Force. But yeah, I think it was Tommy he was talking to. Those are my thoughts. And yeah, like I said, I would give it a B-. Thoughts and predictions. I mean, I would have liked to have seen Rashad make a final appearance to get his payback for his brother. A lot of stuff. Working with Chinadu. I mean, I feel like that's still working with Noma. It's just surprising to see that that Tariq and Diana wanted to be in the game still. But during all this turmoil and the crazy shit that was happening, they was talking about how they was trying to get out the game or try to like be content in the game or whatever the case may be. Especially Tariq. But I mean, it was a crazy turnaround. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Diana and Tariq would work together, but I don't think that was her on the phone call. I mean, yeah, like I said, I think that was Tommy on the phone call. I would hope that Braden don't try to backdoor Tariq now that he got to be his soldier instead of his partner. Poor Effie, she had to give her money to Kane. I wonder if her and Kane gonna see each other again. I mean, this is the end, so I don't even know why I'm making these predictions. It's not like they're gonna come out with another season with all the same characters and story and plot line, but those are just my thoughts or whatever the case may be. But of course, leave in the comments what you would grade this final finale and what you thought of it, and if it was anything that you thought I should have talked about that I didn't talk about, let me know in the comments. And yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. I need 300 million subscribers, but I will settle for 300 for right now. Help me get to 300 subscribers by liking and subscribing to the channel, commenting below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.